Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
All of today's guests, including Brett Festerling, standing by, brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort. Book your stay at the Bayside and enjoy the many amenities the hotel has to offer, such as oceanfront rooms, free parking, oceanfront restaurant, cafe, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, gym, and more. Call 250-248-8333 or go to their website, BaysideResortParksville.com. Just before we get to Brett Festerling, just want to make myself clear here. The last time they clinched a series on home ice.
Yeah.
Last time they nailed down a series, advanced in a series.
Yeah.
People are saying, what are you talking about? It was Boston. Games. No, they didn't clinch. They lost.
They lost.
It was against San Jose back in 2011.
Big goal.
I don't think I made myself clear. Randy and Oliver, I know this guy. He's correcting me left and right.
Big fan of ours.
Smart guy, and I don't know. Maybe I didn't make myself clear. How's your train of thought?
It's much more clear. Do
you remember what you were going to say?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about Seelov starting tonight. That's what I was going to say.
He's starting tonight?
I'm not saying 100%. I'm saying my gut is telling me, and I feel better now. I feel better about that. I feel better about it.
So now your gut is telling you.
Yeah, now the gut's telling me.
Sure,
and I feel it in the gut.
I'm sure Brett's really enjoying this conversation. Let's bring in Canucks analyst, former NHL defenseman, used to play for the Vancouver Giants from Sportsnet 650, Brett Festerling. Brett, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the clarification. What was that, 2011?
2011, yeah. Bieksa, the stanchion goal.
Stanchion.
He talks about it every 2 seconds on Hockey Night in Canada. I'm sure you remember.
Well, those are good memories.
Oh, absolutely.
12 years ago. I don't know if I could remember 12 years ago. Holy, that is a while. That's exciting for tonight.
Yeah, it's been a while. Of course, they won a playoff series in 2020 in the bubble in Edmonton, another place. Okay, so Brett, DeSmith, I don't know what your gut is telling you, but DeSmith, Sheeloffs, if all things are equal, if they're both healthy, who starts? I'm putting you on the spot.
If all things are equal, they're both healthy, I'm going to Smith for team morale. I think he's earned that respect throughout the locker room to take it. That being said, I'm completely comfortable with Seelofs. I think he looks calm in there. There was a couple saves where maybe DeSmith is a little more unorthodox in terms of tracking pucks and looks a little more frantic in there at times, where Seelofs seems to track it down and look smooth and calm in front. But I think all things being equal, as a team and that respect for what he's earned during the year, I'd go to Smith.
Brock Besser, did you expect this kind of playoff excellence? We all know what he did during the regular season, but did you expect this kind of playoff excellence from him?
I didn't know what to expect from me. Like Brock has that style where it's not like a JT Miller where Miller puts it in sixth gear and goes and hits everything that moves. Besser's really good at letting other people do that, and whether it's his team or the other team, he finds those holes. And I think you saw it, a masterclass in that last game where he lets other people get out of position or front pucks, and he waits in the weeds where most guys I would be jumping in and trying to help, but he has the knack for finding those quiet areas. And yeah, what an incredible performance, and showing that second effort on that tying goal, just the hands he has around the net, and then the creativity and smarts he has in there. It's been fun to watch this year for sure.
Brett, the Canucks are only averaging 17 shots per game in this series. They average 28 per game in the regular season. What's going on there, and how can they generate more shots?
Well, what's going on is Nashville's really good at fronting pucks, and I think that's been their weakness. If you look at a lot of the goals Canucks have scored, it's been guys fronting the puck. You look at the set play the other night, right? Jankowski's way more worried about fronting that puck from a D-man that he's not even covering than he is for Miller going out for the one-timer. So you have a dedication and a commitment from Nashville to block shots. We've all seen that. How do they get more? Shot first mentality in terms of getting it, knowing you're shooting it probably before you get the puck. There's been obviously Petey's been under a microscope here, but there's times where he gets the puck, looks for a shot, but by the time you've looked for anything else, there's guys in that lane. So if you want to really focus on getting shots to the net, I think it just needs to go there. And guys on the team need to expect that it's going there no matter what. So they can just assume that they're going to the net and they're looking for garbage instead of trying to get open for a pass there.
You went to Memorial Cups, long playoff runs. You know at the end of the Memorial Cup, there's a ton of guys banged up. Does Pettersson look banged up to you?
I mean, he doesn't look normal.
Yeah.
Now, if that's his mind or if that's his body, I don't know. I mean, I think you were saying that you have it. Was that some clarification that you know some intel that he's not?
No, I just I've been told that.
Hammer him, Brett.
No, Brett, I just been told
what do we got here?
He's not 100%. That is what I was told. And it wouldn't surprise anybody because you're that skilled, you're that good, and all of a sudden 1 goal, 17 games, something's up. Something's got to be up.
Yes.
And he's not 35, 36, 37 on the tail end of his career. He is still young and, an elite player.
Yeah, but the thing that concerns, and he still found the score sheet on 2 road games in the playoffs. So, I mean, there's a positive there. The thing that concerns me is that, you go through slumps, whether you're hurt or not. And PD, we know, is the top of the top in terms of creativity and skill level. But we're focused so much, or it seems that he's focused so much on the scoring and the playmaking and trying to get that play to connect, that there's this fundamental base that seems to be lacking. And I'll go to last game on the power play. They get an odd man 2-on-1 because he's frustrated in those moments where he's almost forgetting about the back check and forgetting about being physical. And we're talking about a guy last year that we were comparing to Pavel Datsyuk on the defensive side of the puck.
Yeah.
I'll take a Pavel Datsyuk that's back checking and reading plays. He has an amazing ability to read plays, cut them off before they start. I just want that effort and that fire, right? Like when Miller's, and I'll use Miller because he's the emotional leader. When Miller's not going 100%, you know it because he looks mad and he's getting physical and he's trying to contribute in any way he can. Right now, the problem I have with PD is he's trying to contribute on the high end of of scoring and making plays, which obviously we want him to do. But I don't want him to lose those contributions down the lineup in those fundamentals where he's really one of the best players in the league when he commits himself. So to me, it starts with those little details. If he can get those back checks and he can get that effort, and he is a physical guy. We've seen him use his body. I'm not saying run over guys, but use that physicality and your creativity to get pucks out or back check and get into guys. Like, I don't want to see Lauzon run him over in a celebration for a goal. I want to see Petey push those guys and start a scrum there. So I can tell that he's putting a lot of emphasis on himself to get better and knows he's not there. But I want him that frame, the way he's framing in his mind right now, I want him to switch it to get a little more mad. And you know what? If I can't score here, I'm going to contribute any way I can.
But if he's hurt, he can't do some of the things you were talking about, Brett. Obviously, right?
Yeah, I think so. But there's still an effort there, and there's still I still think he can be a little better in some of those details of the game where he's maybe losing focus.
Yeah, well, we saw it in Game 2 where he made a couple of defensive errors that led to Nashville goals. So I think you're bang on there. High praise coming from this show. Hey, Myers, Soucy, Zadorov, and Cole. Hey, you're a big guy. You were a big defenseman. What does size on defense, or what has size on defense meant to Rick Tocchet and the Canucks at this time of year? He talks about it all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I couldn't imagine playing Zadorov and see like the physicality there in terms of wearing on you. And I think you saw it last game. Just everybody looks a little worn down, even Predator. It's just harder to get that giddy up and go into those dangerous areas when Zadorov has run over 5 guys trying to cut to the middle. So I think it just protects that middle that talks about in their system. And then that length on the PK, that's been huge. But I think Nashville's at 6.5% for the power play. That there's your Game 3 win right there. 2 power play goals, and they haven't been able to capitalize on their power play. So that length with those big guys, and then blocking shots with Cole. We talked about the city went in this whole what does unsung hero mean when you're going through that debate. And how about Ian Cole? That guy's been absolute nails on the back end in terms of eating pucks, laying in front, taking it off his head, boxing out. So I think just that type of mentality on the back end builds out to the whole team. So you see Zadorov hitting everywhere. You see Myers laying down, probably playing through sickness. Cole blocking shots, getting into body. He's a raw guy. He's very articulate and talking to the team, and that just pushes everybody forward in terms of momentum. So I think that D has been incredible for the year and built for the playoffs. So I'm excited for a run here if those guys can stay healthy.
This has been great. We'll get you back on as the Canucks run continues. Brett, thanks so much for this. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.